Welcome back to us trying to figure out how to sing and enjoy it again. We've identified issues that we've had with singing, both ones that can be improved with vocal exercises and ones that need surgical intervention. We figured out some of the roots of our mental blockages onto why singing has been so difficult lately. We tried different new to us vocal techniques that we've never tried before. And the topic of today's video, working on one of the very basics of singing, pitch control and flexibility. Hi, hello, my name is Erin, and you're watching me try to find my singing voice again. We used to sing somewhat professionally. We got voice lessons aged 5 to 18, but we had to take a step back in the last couple of years because of both physical and mental health issues. This series is our attempt on working our way back to both singing skill and confidence. We knew from the get-go that we would want some pre-made, pre-thought out, made by somebody else vocal exercises to just follow along for the first season, because we did not yet have the mental energy to think about anything, to think of targeted exercises, stuff like that. So we tried out a couple different YouTube videos. The first video that we'd like to show you is this.
Ian Castle here, and welcome to the Aussie Vocal Coach Quick Riffs and Runs workout for female singers.
Following is a compilation of us doing the exercises throughout the months. You can skip any of these with the chapters, down below. So just sit back and enjoy hours of editing. We managed to stick with these exercises somewhat consistently. Consistently for us, we managed to do them once or twice a week for a couple of months, which is huge for this chronically ill disabled person. So we have loads of videos from this particular exercise. So immediately what we noticed in watching these clips back is that we got louder. I attribute that to us becoming more confident in our singing again. Let's look at the second exercise. You see that too, right? That we got more confident as time went on. I do also think our intonation got a bit clearer. Let's see the fast attempt. And I mean, it's still not super clear, right? But I do think we got more confident, which was a goal too, so success. Also, while we're here, does anybody have any advice for dealing with the slides? This. The the kind of slide that happens mostly going down. We called it here in the script the haunted ghost house sound. What are we doing or not doing that is causing that? Can you help us out? It's not like we're seeing a vocal coach anytime soon. was pretty good. Let's see for the first attempt. Never mind. We worked on our tongue tension on this day. And then had a realization during this exercise another day. Let me show you. I realized just now that the little star crackly sounds that I hear whenever my jaw hurts, oh, that's just tissue damage, babes. That's just tissue damage. And then the second thing I realized was that, oh, you know what? My maximum open mouth position is unhinged, like out of its joint, which is no good. So that is probably not actually what I should be doing with singing. Actually, I should probably have it as somewhat closed. Like, not my maximum, because my maximum is too far. Which I mean, like, duh. Yeah, man. The jaw is like this, and when you open it, it moves like forward, and we can move it so much that it goes out. And it did just dawn on us that day that we should not do this when singing. We should not open it as far as we can and try to keep it, inside of... It's been like 3 years since we dislocated our jaw for the second time. And it only occurred to us on that day that maybe when our singing teacher said, open your mouth fully, they were not talking to us. They were talking to open it normally, not open... whatever. We then did try or found some different positions. I gotta think jaw back more and not as far forward open. More back open, actually. It feels safer. Yeah, it feels a lot safer. Versus that is very unstable for me, at least at the moment. And feels a lot brighter. And this still rings true today. We've very much gotten used to now to opening our mouth more wide and backwards instead of just forwards. Because when we go forwards, I can feel my jaw wanting to go out of place, and I could open it fully. I'm not gonna. We've just kind of gotten used to doing it more wide opening. Like, that feels safer still today. Or ah. And so far, do I have any wood here? We've not dislocated our jaw again. But to be fair, it's never happened while singing. So far it's happened while biting down on soft bread. I really hope that we did not teach ourselves anything wrong here. If you're a vocal teacher, let me know. I'll show you the exercise the first time we did it and the last time we did it. Like, both the voice sounds stronger, more confident, and I think the A is more clear and open, which, given that we feel we struggle with nasality, is a success. That was a goal. Anyways, we call this next exercise the mucus mover. Especially these next couple of days, so much nasal mucus started moving around. It was startling to sing. Here our intonation changed a couple of times, but we did not change anything about our singing quality. We did not move any muscles, we did not change posture, we did not think anything different even. That was just straight up singing, and the intonation changed because of the mucus moving around in our sinus cavities. We think that it's because this exercise has the right frequency, maybe, of causing vibrations in our sinus cavities, so it makes mucus start moving. The next clip is the most obvious example. Let's listen to past Erin explain. Something just shifted within my nose. I fear, I hope that there will also be a clear shift in tone in this past exercise at one point, because I felt that, and it felt like something opened in my nose. And yes, we can definitely hear the shift. Ma, 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 ma. So we did this exercise a bunch, and we also usually like elongated it, like did it longer, did higher ranges and stuff. Ma, 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 ma. And we tried to figure out exactly, what mechanism was making our mucus move. It feels like it is the movement of ma, 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 that is doing stuff in my nose. Ma, 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 ma. Maybe the movement, like, sure. Maybe the range. And it is around this range. Ma, that I feel it most. But mostly also the Druck aufbauen, rapid switching from going out through nose to singing with the mouth open. Like, I think the air pressure that builds up in between the I think that might be that, plus the frequency, plus the movement itself happening in our throat, jaw, nose area might be why this particular exercise is moving mucus. But whatever, I'll take it. I'll take it. Suggestions are welcome for why we think that this happens, and if you think that this is even possible, because tiny part of us is still like, no, that's not mucus moving, we're just changing something about our voice and not realizing. But usually it does, like, we can feel stuff moving, and then I can feel the taste of music. The taste of music. I can feel the taste of mucus going down the back of my throat. So I do think it is that. Here's the fast version of this exercise. Ma, 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 this we never quite got on with as well as the other one. I really don't know why. Is it because there's less time to build up pressure? Moving on to the last exercises of this first vocal exercise compilation video that we followed. Yikes. The first one we didn't even, try most times. Because we did not manage on E at all. I don't know why, but E seems to be the hardest vocal non-consonant for us to sing. So we just switched vowels a lot for this exercise. But we slowed it down and did it piece by piece by piece. And it did help, but it's still, this exercise still eludes us a little, which is why we're going to keep doing it in the next season. Alright, that was the first video by Ian Castle. We liked the video so much that we decided to just keep going with his channel and his riffs and runs exercises, because he has this second one.
Advanced riffs and runs workout.
We started doing this exercise a couple months after we had already been doing the first riffs and runs exercise for a while. We didn't jump straight into the advanced. It says advanced, and we weren't advanced yet, but we did advance eventually. I do think in general, like our intonation is a bit more precise and a bit clearer. And I'll just ascribe that to us using our voice more when we started doing these exercises. We've already been doing vocal exercises for a couple of months, so like our voice was already more used to being used properly. Oh, and the hair dye clips have arrived, yeah. Good. Getting faster. And honestly, I expected way worse. They were quite good. We'll skip exercise 3 and 4 because they're the same again. And I think by now you kind of get the progress of what's been happening. So we'll just go straight to exercise 5. And that's that second Riffs and Runs advanced workout. We really enjoyed them. We are taking a lot of these exercises with us to season 2, where we'll do our own videos for following along for vocal exercises. Apart from the Aussie Vocal Coaches Riffs and Runs workout, we also found 2 videos for warm-ups that we liked. First was this one.
Welcome! This is a follow-along video to warm up your belt.
And I do have to note to myself, remember this, that this is a thing. We still have the clear ah that we are looking for. We're just not as much in control of it anymore. We can't consistently produce the clear ah sound anymore. But it's still there. It's not fully gone. We haven't fully lost it. And we just really struggle with endings. And that's always been the case. We've never been strong with endings, singing the phrase the entire way through and then not following up at the end. Hey, that's mine. Hey, that's mine. Hey, that's mine. Our tone could be more stable, less wobbly. But yeah, that's all the belting warm-up exercises that we did. For a general vocal warm-up, we did this dot singing one. And we also obviously did other exercises. Those 4 were just the ones that we stuck to most consistently. We did also try other ones for pitch targeting and flexibility precision. One was this pentatonic riffs exercise.
Ian Castle.
We also did this one. Right, you got all the videos of the progress of the exercises that we did over the year. What did we learn? I won't quite go into our final thoughts about this first season and all the progress we've made, because that's the topic of the next episode. But I do want to go over which exercises we thought were useful and how we're going to integrate them into our vocal exercises happening in the future. Because nowadays, a year later, we have the mental capacity and energy to think about specific exercises, look up specific exercises to make a workout plan for us. So we're definitely keeping the mucus mover, obviously because it moves mucus, but we're going to move it into our vocal warm-up because we want our sinuses to be clear. We'll keep some of the warm-ups from the Dots singing video, in particular, yeah, 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 as well as the ending exercises from the Dots singing video. We'll pick out a couple riffs and runs from the riffs and runs exercise videos, and then continue doing those as well for more pitch, targeting, flexibility, precision. And then we'll look into specific exercises for tongue release, jaw tension release and stuff like that. But we'll do all of that in the first video next season probably. Overall, slay, honestly. Watching these videos back was really motivating. Generally, we film ourselves making music quite a lot because of this precise reason. Because we know in every day-to-day singing and music making, it's difficult for us to tell if we're making progress, but watching the videos from 3 months ago and then the one from today side by side helps us realize, no, actually, look, we're making progress. This is actually doing something. We should keep practicing because it actually works. We're not just the same shitty as we've always been. I can't wait to see the side-by-side comparisons of covers and vocal exercises with today's singing, which we'll do in episode 7 next episode. All of that said and done, this is, I think, everything for episode 6. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week-ish for the final episode and a recap of how we did if we've achieved our goals. Alright, see you then.